Hey guys, what's going on? Xuen here, and today I want to do sort of a review of the Windwalker Monk changes that were sort of previewed for Legion. Again, these are not final changes, this is just a preview, so again, reminder that a lot of this stuff is subject to change, and to be honest, there's only one concern that I saw with the Windwalker Monk changes, but other than that, the rest looks pretty solid, and I'll explain a little bit more in depth my concern, and hopefully it will be duly noted before they release Legion. But let's get started. So the first change is actually one of the best changes, and that is to our mastery. I've been saying for a very long time that our mastery is absolutely terrible and needs to be changed, either making it a passive ability to gain extra Tiger's Eye Brew, or just, you know, flat out changing it. And this is a refreshing step, which is Mastery Combo Strikes. Your abilities deal 25% with Mastery from typical gear, so we will have 25% Mastery regardless. More damage when they are not a repeat of the previous ability. So one of the things that Blizzard is aiming for with Windwalker Monks in Legion is to make it to where they are making you constantly hitting different abilities in succession. So you're not going to be, hopefully you're not going to be spamming Blackout Kick, Blackout Kick, Blackout Kick, and instead doing Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, Tiger Palm, Rising Sun Kick, Fist of Fury, something like that. So where you're not hitting the same ability in succession. You are hitting the same ability in succession, my bad. Now, excuse me, my allergies are killing me. This is my concern, which is the next part, which is Tiger Palm. I believe Tiger Palm is going to be replacing our jab, but my main concern is the energy cost. In Warlords of Draenor, they increase the jab from 40 to 45 energy, and even I still struggle sometimes keeping up a solid rotation as a Windwalker Monk. So them increasing it to 50 energy really is questionable. Again, I was talking to Natsid, and he said that we might be getting talents in our weapons, our artifact weapons, as well as actual talents that might help us deal with this 50 energy increase. I don't know. Maybe Tiger's Eye Brew is not going to be giving Tiger's Eye Brew. Cheeber's not going to be giving Tiger's Eye Brew anymore, because I don't see anything on here that has to deal with Tiger's Eye Brew. So maybe we'll be losing that. Maybe we'll be able to go with Ascension, which will increase our energy regain by 15%. Again, it's all speculation, but I am personally very concerned with the 50 energy, because, again, if they want us to constantly rotate through different abilities, we need to be able to develop enough chi in order to constantly go through that rotation. Excuse me, my nose is really stuffy. Sorry. Alright, so 50 energy, melee range, instant attack with the palm of your hand, dealing minor damage and generating 2 chi. So again, I believe this is going to be our new jab. This is the next thing that I'm a little bit concerned about. Tiger Palm has an 8% chance to make your Blackout Kick cost no chi. Now, with the energy cost, I think this percentage should be a little higher, in my opinion. Especially if we're going to not have the ability to spam Tiger Palm. And not necessarily spam it, but make sure that we will have enough energy to use the Tiger Palm by the time we run out of chi. And that is the main concern in a Windwalker Monk's rotation, is to be able to constantly fluctuate between your energy management and your chi management to make sure that you always have something to do. And that is pretty much the Windwalker Monk playstyle. You always have something to do. And in Warlords, they definitely slowed it down. So I'm hoping in Legion we are offered some talents that will help us pick up the speed so you actually feel like a monk again. And again, that is just speculation. We might be good, we might not be good, but I'm hoping that if Blizzard is watching this video, they could duly note my concerns. So moving on, Blackout Kick, the noticeable change that's nice is it's 1 chi down from 2. So 1 chi melee range instant, kick with a blast of chi energy dealing moderate physical damage. And Rising Sun Kick seems to be the same, except for one change. Costs 2 chi melee range instant 8-second cooldown. You kick upwards, dealing strong damage and reducing the effectiveness of healing on the target for 10 seconds. Now, if you notice here, they removed the damage increase that they take as well by 10%. So, granted, our mastery, if we do decide to spec a lot of mastery, that's going to be a ton of damage. So it is, you know, understandable that they're removing that, but hopefully they're taking a look at other classes that might be doing similar damage, if they are going to be doing similar damage, and either punishing them for it or making it so their abilities don't increase the target's damage. And I think monks were like one of the only classes that did that. But moving on. Glad to see that we're still keeping our Mortal Strike debuff though. Fist of Fury. 3 Chi melee ring, channeled 20-second cooldown. Now, first off, 20-second cooldown has already been reduced by 5 seconds, so that's pretty nice. Pummel all targets in front of you, dealing massive damage over 4 seconds. Deals reduced damage to secondary targets. Can be channeled while moving. So one thing to note is that they did remove the stun from Fist of Fury. So again, I was talking, Not said he thinks it's going to be sort of like a Blade Storm, which sort of makes sense. But at the same time, I'm hoping that it is not our strongest hitting ability. And the reason for that is because I hate in Warlords that Fist of Fury is our strongest hitting ability. I wish it was sort of back the way Mop was. Again, not as strong as Mop, because even I will admit that Rising Sun Kick was really overpowered back in Mop, but at least make something else your hardest hitting ability like Rising Sun Kick. And again, they could nerf Fist of Fury, they could increase the damage to Rising Sun Kick, but not to the point where it's overpowered. Spinning Crank Kick. 1 Chi channeled, you spin while kicking in the air, dealing moderate damage over 1.5 seconds to enemies within 8 yards. Now, there's 2 things that can happen with this. Number 1, it doesn't cost energy anymore, so Rushing Jade Wind might be a viable option depending on how much Chi you can, gain with this Tiger Palm change. So depending on how much Chi you can gain with this Tiger Palm change, you might be able to keep up Spinning Crane Kick or quote-unquote Rushing Jade Wind in a rotation, which would be pretty nice because I fucking hate Chi Torpedo. I hate the fact that we're supposed to use that as a damaging ability. I'm not the only class that has stuff like this change for them, at least in Warlords. Mages, for a perfect example, have to use their Root, which normally they would use to peel for themselves, as a damaging ability, and it's the hardest hitting ability. If you play arenas as a Windwalker Monk, your Chi Torpedo will be your hardest hitting ability, which is our role. And I understand Blizzard's need to kind of sacrifice movement with either you do damage or either use it to peel for yourself. But in reality, warriors have something that charges to you that doesn't affect their damage, and monks are constantly slowed. In arenas, it is very frustrating to connect to targets, even if you're not focused down. Pretty much every single class has snares or roots integrated with their normal rotation. For example, fire mages can literally keep you slowed forever. Like a really good fire mage will not allow you to connect to him once, and that is really, really frustrating. So I'm hoping that our main damaging ability will not be Chi Torpedo. I really, really hope that it's not going to be Chi Torpedo, and hopefully Blizzard will take this onto major consideration, because the fact that we have to do out-of-the-box methods in order to do damage with that, meaning that we have to jump and roll really fast, or else we're going to go sending 5 miles away, which shouldn't be a thing. The fact that you're asking players to, come up with unorthodox methods like that in order to do damage effectively is really stupid, and hopefully it will be getting changed in Legion. Again, I can't say it is, I can't say it isn't, these are just preview changes. Storm, Earth, and Fire, split into 3 elemental spirits, suited to attacking 3 or more enemies. Each spirit deals 50% normal damage and healing. Monk directly controls the Storm Spirit, while Earth and Fire spirits mimic the Monk's attacks on different nearby enemies. Lasts until it's toggled off. or the earth or fire are destroyed. One thing I'm happy about is that you're always going to be the storm, because I like the storm spirit the best. Developer comment: now a simple toggle, no targeting necessary. Spirits will automatically seek out nearby enemies to attack while you attack your target. Now, personally, I'm not too happy about that change. I know a few people are happy about the change, but I personally am not really happy with this last comment, and I'll tell you why. If you're running 3s, there's times where, yeah, it's good to cleave all 3 targets, but in certain situations where, let's say, you're running Harvest Cleave, and you want to, you know, obviously cleave. That's a Warlock and a Monk. Let's say the enemy DPS pops major cooldowns to try to peel. Now, if you want to keep cleaving, you'd want to keep your Storm Earth and Fire on, you know, the Druid and your main kill target, which would be the DPS you're currently on, to prevent the Druid from keeping up HOTS. I'm curious on how you're going to be able to toggle it to get on the Druid, and they might have smart targeting to where it's only going to target players, but still, does that require me to get really close to the Druid and then activate the ability? And how many clones I can activate at once? Because it wouldn't be the first time that Blizzard made a non-smart spell. I don't really know how to word that. It's like a smart spell. It's to where it doesn't break CC. It wouldn't be the first time they've done that for monks. Chi Wave has still not been changed ever since it's been released, to where Chi Wave will break traps and polys still if you're close to it, which is pretty frustrating. And again, sorry, my nose is really stuffy, so if I sound different, yeah. But again, that's just, again, speculation, and hopefully it will be noted. Additionally, to give you an idea how some talents may build upon this, here's an example of one of the Windwalker Monk specific talents. Hit combo passive. Each successive attack that triggers combo strikes in a row grants 1% increased damage, stacking up to 10 times. So an upward of 10% increased damage if you consistently alternate your abilities without mirroring them. So you can get up to, you know, 35%, or if you're stacking mastery, even higher. But again, this is just an early build preview of the Windwalker Monk changes. I kind of expressed my concerns, but for the most part, this is a good start. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Be sure to leave in the comments your ideas and your thoughts, or how you're taking these new patches. But as always, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys.